Today we'll be discussing scripting in Wonderware InTouch. Scripting is very useful when you try to create more complex animations and conditions in a particular HMI interface. To start with, let us have a button and a symbol which is a propeller in our example. The buttons can be seen on the Wizard's Toolbox, Buttons, Set and Reset Display. The propeller is made by creating 2 or 3 ellipses and make it as a symbol. The next thing that we need to do is to create tags. In our tags, let us have a tag name called rotation and we put the type as memory integer. The next one is a propeller that is a tag name of memory discrete. Please take note on the rotation to try to assign the values for minimum and maximum of the particular tag name. This is important so that when we try to use animation, we know the minimum and maximum values of that particular tag. Once we have created the propeller, which is memory discrete, rotation is memory integer with a minimum value of 0 and maximum value of 360, we now proceed on creating animations. First up, on the open push button, on the set and reset display wizard, the tag name for our button will be the propeller. It means that we will be turning on or turning off the particular propeller as shown in our symbol. Next, we double click on our propeller, go to miscellaneous, and click on orientation. The expression that we will be using is our tag name, rotation. Please check on the value for maximum counterclockwise rotation, and maximum clockwise and clockwise direction. You can put values here with respect to how would it rotate based on the number or values of a particular tag name. It's a good thing that we try to put on our tag name rotation 0 and 360 so that it would be at par or at scale with the counterclockwise rotation and clockwise rotation of our propeller. Click on OK. Then now, we will be proceeding on creating scripts. In creating scripts, we have different conditions, but for now we will be using condition scripts and Windows scripts. For the condition script, go to the script tab, go to the condition folder, right click and click on new. On the condition scripts, we will be putting a particular condition in our particular interface. The condition would be propeller is equal to 1. This understanding means that once the propeller is turned on, certain conditions must be met. Please take note that we have different condition types. On true means that when at that particular moment that the value is true, something will happen, in which we could see in this particular expression. On false meaning if the condition becomes false at that particular moment. While true means that during the condition is always true for a particular number of seconds, it will run the particular script, or for every particular second or millisecond. While false is the counterpart of while true. In this particular example, we will be using while true. While the propeller is on, we try to rotate the particular symbol of the propeller. To do that, we will be creating a simple program or a simple script by having rotation is equal to rotation plus 1. It means that every time the propeller is on, for every, let us put a value here of 500 milliseconds, for every 500 milliseconds and the propeller is on, the rotation will count, or the rotation will add a value plus 1, or it will increment. Then, we must set a particular value that must not exceed to 360. So, if rotation is greater than or equal to 360, then rotation is equal to 0, and we will be ending our if statement. Let us save our work. So what does this particular condition mean? So every time that we will be trying to increment our value for the rotation, it must not exceed 360. So we created an if statement that once the rotation reaches 360 or more, then we try to reset the value of our rotation to 0. So as we try to save it, we could now actually try to do runtime on the particular interface. So on our runtime, let us click the button and turn it on. As you can see, the propeller is not rotating. When we try to turn off the propeller, it turns on and maintains in that particular position. So as we try to continue the rotation, let's see what happens to the propeller. Since the milliseconds of our condition scripts is a little bit higher of 500 milliseconds, the rotation of the propeller is a little bit slow. We can try to increase the rotation of the propeller by reducing the number of milliseconds in our condition. So it now reaches to 360. We will see that there will be a seamless effect since the propeller has rotated a full circle. Then this will continue as long as our propeller is on. Now, let us close or let us turn off our propeller and go to development. Now, let us try to do again runtime on this particular moment. As you'd notice, we try to open our main window and the orientation of our propeller is still on the last part that we have done. If we want to reset, once we try to open the main window and reset the propeller back again to its original position, let us do what we call Windows scripts. Doing Windows scripts is by right-clicking on the window, then Windows scripts. In the Windows scripts, we have while showing, on show, and on hide condition. On show, it means that when the window is on, turn on at that moment, the certain condition must be executed. While showing, it means that every time our window is always being shown at a particular time, particular condition must be executed. On hide, on the other hand, means that once that you close a particular window, certain conditions must be met. We will be using onShow. OnShow condition in the Windows scripts and be putting or resetting my rotation or initialize my rotation timing equal to 0. By this, when we try to run our runtime, you would notice that the propeller now is on its original position. Let us try to run again our window, our main window, close it, and go to development and run the runtime. Again, the propeller is now back to its original position. This is how we try to use scripting. This is just a basic training on how would you try to use scripts on the condition in Windows scripts. Thank you.